As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, I am at the convent. I have two news, bad news and happy news. The bad news is
French chateau renovation saga. You know that the YouTube Chateauverse has practically tilted off its axis over the last few weeks. So, what is our favorite hardworking plasterer, Yanis, also known as Yanis The Home Wrecker, actually doing right now? Right now, Yanis is officially pivoting away from the convent and throwing his energy into a brand new solo renovation project, a standalone cottage. After a sudden and mysterious absence that had his comment section spinning with conspiracy theories, Yanis broke his silence just a few days ago, March 3rd, 2026, with a massive update video titled Our Future Cottage, and the truth about my absence. He is currently keeping his head down, asking fans to stick with him, and preparing to pump out new content centered entirely around this cottage build. The behind-the-scenes drama. If you missed the build-up, here is the scoop on why he suddenly shifted gears. All right, let's grab our magnifying glasses and zoom in on exactly what went down at the convent, because the Reddit sleuths over at our Chateau Unhinged have been working overtime to piece this timeline together. Here are the gritty details of how Yanis's flagship project came to a screeching halt. The left my key in Paris's alibi. The first crack in the facade happened when Yanis posted a video where he was simply mowing the lawn at the convent. His explanation for doing yard work instead of plastering. He claimed he had left his key in Paris's and couldn't get inside, apologizing to his viewers for the delay. But fans immediately smelled something fishy. The changed locks and the ultimatum. It quickly became apparent that Yanis didn't just forget a key, he was actively locked out. According to viewers who caught his quickly deleted update video, Yanis arrived at the convent only to find he couldn't get in. Whether the locks were actually changed or he was intercepted, the message was clear. He was officially told not to continue working on the convent apartment project. While Yanis didn't name names, fans heavily implied that the order either came directly from Petherick or from Gwen, who owns the property, as a necessary measure due to whatever massive fallout was happening behind the scenes. The scrubbed video and the panic. This is where it gets legally and personally messy. Yanis initially posted a video, and community posts teasing it, to explain the situation to his 50K plus subscribers. But almost immediately the video was ripped down, and every single promotional post mentioning it was scrubbed from his social media. When a creator of Yanis's size memory holds a video like that, it usually means one thing. Someone involved threatened legal action, or the background drama is so radioactive that he was advised to stay entirely out of it. As one Reddit user noted, the reason you see not a lot of details is that it is very serious. The comment section explosion. Before the video was nuked, the comment section turned into the Wild West. Viewers began dropping absolute bombs regarding the Petherick family. Rumors were flying about Billy allegedly having an affair, and arguments broke out over Sadie's treatment of her horses. It became blindingly obvious that Yanis was caught in the crossfire of a massive imploding family dynamic that had absolutely nothing to do with his plastering skills. The pivot to the cottage. Because Yanis is widely considered one of the hardest working and nicest guys in the Chateauverse, the internet was collectively furious on his behalf. Thankfully, Gwen stepped in. Recognizing his work ethic and likely feeling terrible that his livelihood was disrupted by Petherick family drama, she officially handed him the keys to the standalone cottage on the property. By moving him to the cottage, Gwen effectively built a buffer zone, allowing Yanis to keep creating content and earning his living, safely distanced from the convent chaos. The real scoop, what actually happened behind the scenes. While the internet rumor mill was working overtime spinning tales of legal cease and desists and explosive family feuds, the reality of why that video vanished and why Yanis suddenly went off the grid is a completely different, much more stressful story. If you want the true insider details, here is the reality check that completely flips the narrative. The account catastrophe, not a feud. The sudden disappearance of content and scrubbed promotional posts wasn't the result of a complicated legal gag order. It was a massive technical and financial nightmare. Yanis actually lost access to his YouTube account. For a creator with nearly 50,000 subscribers, losing the channel isn't just a frustrating glitch, it's an immediate catastrophic loss of livelihood. The scramble behind the scenes wasn't about hiding a fight. It was a desperate attempt to deal with a back-end account crisis that brought everything to a screeching halt. Because of this devastating account issue, Yanis's entire income stream was abruptly cut off. The harsh reality behind his sudden silence is that his monetization is frozen, and he cannot make any money from his channel until April 28th. While fans were busy analyzing comment sections for Chateauverse drama, Yanis was dealing with a massive financial roadblock that threatened his ability to pay his bills, let alone fund a renovation. Things got incredibly tight. To bridge the financial gap until that April 28th reset, Yanis had to make some serious personal sacrifices just to cover his rent. He has been forced to sell off his own high-end tech and editing gear, specifically a Mac Mini M4, an iPad, and a MacBook M1. It's a massive blow for a video creator to have to sell the very tools needed to edit content, but it was a necessary survival move to keep a roof over his head. Despite the massive disruption of losing his main income source, Yanis isn't throwing in the towel. The pivot to the new standalone cottage is his path forward. He is pouring whatever resources he has left into fully renovating the cottage's living room, kitchen, bedroom, and bathroom. Right now, his priority is simply keeping his head above water, taking care of his 2 dogs, Tommy and Polly, and getting his channel back on track through the stress of it all. So, while the internet loves a good dramatic conspiracy theory, the truth is just about a hardworking guy navigating a brutal financial and technical hurdle. The silver lining. There's a happy ending to this current news cycle. It turns out Gwen recognized how insanely hard Yanis works and stepped in to offer him the new cottage project on her property so he wouldn't be left high and dry. She even popped into the comments of his latest video to thank the viewers for supporting him. Ultimately, Yanis is doing what he does best, living up to his ironic channel name by tearing things down to build them back up beautifully.